This is the BBC, and this is how they provide cover for a genocide.
That was Belkis Villa, Associate Director of Crisis and Conflict at Human Rights Watch. And just to reiterate what we mentioned earlier on, from Israel's point of view, Israel says its troops do not intentionally open fire on civilians, and it also accuses Hamas of instigating chaos near these aid distribution sites, one of which Steve Whitcomb.
So that's a guy from the Human Rights Watch and the BBC giving, we do not shoot them. Are you what? What is going on? How can the BBC, it says here, yesterday, Israeli soldiers massacred 91 people seeking aid in a single day. Today, the United Nations announced that a total of 1,373 have been murdered this way. What? Using food aid as a mechanism for genocide, starving people, is one of the most evil things it's possible to imagine. And then shooting them dead. And the BBC are giving them cover. This is Tamir Nahid. I can't believe I'm still alive today. After much hesitation, I went to check on the house we fled from 4 months ago. I just wanted to see if it was still standing or if it had become like the other destroyed homes. I left after hearing news of the army's withdrawal from the area. I clung to a fragile hope, maybe naive but stronger than my fear. When I reached the outskirts of the neighbourhood, an eerie silence hung in the air as if the place itself was hiding from danger. There was heavy gunfire and I had to take cover. Warplanes suddenly appeared, flying low. Their sound alone was enough to paralyse me. The air froze in my chest. I couldn't even look at the house. I didn't know if I was near it or not. Everything collapsed in a moment, and I was part of that collapse. I ran. I don't know how I found my way or how I wasn't hit by a bullet. All I wanted was to see if anything from our life remained, a photo, a door, a wall. But even that simple dream was too much to ask. You know, it says here, Israel bulldozed a seed bank facility in the West Bank, a direct attack on Palestinian food sovereignty. So they killed poets, artists, filmmakers, journalists, ambulance drivers, and bury them with their ambulances. They kill a seed bank. It says here, on July 31st, Israeli military forces deliberately targeted the seed multiplication unit of the Union of Agricultural World Commission Seed Bank, which housed crucial equipment, seed materials and tools for indigenous seed reintroduction and forms part of a larger endeavour to preserve Palestinian foods, plants and culture. This is just the latest event in a pattern of Israeli destruction against efforts to protect local biodiversity, ensure food sovereignty. During the 2024 harvest, Israeli forces destroyed 3,100 olive trees in the West Bank, in the West Bank, not in Gaza. It says in the last line here, they actually destroyed every tree in Gaza. BBC has compiled material of over 160 cases where children have been shot in Gaza and found in 95 cases the child was shot in the head or the chest. In most of these cases, the victim was under 12 years old. And this is at Westminster train station, tube station. Both need to go to The Hague. Imagine, like, killing kids. Like, it's unfathomable using them as target practice, destroying a seed bank. And Britain and America, Israel, like, they support it. They support it 100%. They back them all the way. It doesn't make sense. It's like everyone's dead. This poor guy going to his home and just shot at. There's nothing left. Not a photo, not a door, nothing. Not a tree. How can we be in 2020? How can this happen? How can this happen? That's simple, Chunky. Because of men like this.